guys, this is Zexanite. Welcome back. We are playing some more Asagao Academy. When we last left off, Mai revealed to us that she's a kleptomaniac, but we're sticking with we don't think that she did it. So we didn't think she stole the boots. So we're gonna continue on with stuff. I hoped so. Oh, I hoped. Yeah. Sorry, I probably should have waited for that scene change. I didn't know when that was coming though. Oh. This would have been super helpful in trying to sync this video. Fucking music. Anyway, one by one, students filtered into the classroom. I kept my eyes on my desk, running across the grooves in the worn wood. What would it feel like to run my hands across it? Across the wood? What? Wait, I have my hands on this. Running across the grooves in the worn wood. Oh, I don't know. Running her eyes. I don't know. I flinched at the sound of my name on another student's lips. A heat of several pairs of eyes lay thick on my face like a ray of sunlight. I didn't want to look at them. I couldn't look at them. The grooves of my desk were very interesting, looping and swirling around. If it were a canyon, I'd fly a plane through it. They probably weren't looking at me in all likelihood. I was imagining all of this. Yeah, how stupid of me. As if I were the center of the world. Silly Hana. She stole, but she looks... I think this is the robot girl. She stole, but she looks so docile. No. This is way too familiar. Suddenly I felt lightheaded, and my mind was no longer tethered to my body. Instead, it was floating up along the ceiling of the room, the place people feel when they roll their eyes in the back of their heads. Oh no, we're gonna get history. A familiar scene played out before me. Oh, we have the same classroom. I think it's a little different. Maybe. You're so selfish. You think you're better than us? No. Look at this girl. Who does she think she is? Say something! Ow. I was cowering on the floor beside my desk. It was after school. I had come into the classroom to get a textbook I had forgotten, and I run into three girls. Three girls who used to be my friends. You copied off my test, didn't you? No, I didn't. Why would I? How'd you get to be at the top of the class, then? And how did you manage to catch Nami's boyfriend, huh, eh? You've been sleeping around, haven't you? Well. No, I haven't. You guys know I wouldn't do that. Liar. No wonder, too. Her mother wasn't around to teach her proper manners. Ha! I bet her mom taught her how to sleep around. Haven't you seen her father? Yeah! I was standing. The book I threw lay on the opposite side of the classroom. Nami having ducked to avoid it. For an instant, they looked up at me in fear. Then Melissa started laughing. Haha! Oh wow, you're right. A bastard child from a bastard family. She'll never amount to much. But I somehow feel threatened now. I think I'll tell the principal wait a minute. This is the wrong spelling for principal. No wait, I'm sorry. Please don't. You don't mind cleaning up for us then? We couldn't clean the classroom because another student attacked us. We are all such good friends. Why lie about this? I moved to the utility closet in the back of the room and grabbed a broom. That a girl. I guess she did learn something from her mother after all. Hana, are you okay? Wow, that's like fucking so dickish. I don't know. People are just assholes. I don't know. You're shaking. I opened my mouth to respond, but only for my teeth to start chattering. Okay, class, today we're going to... I raised my hand. Hana, what is it? The bathroom emergency, please. Alright, but be quick about it. I headed for the door, feeling as though I was moving through ether. Three familiar green jackets didn't move a muscle as I shut the door behind me? I don't know. The hallway passed me in a blur. All I could hear was the sound of my own breathing and blood pounding in my head. I reached the restroom. A quick glance told me it was empty. All the stall doors were open. I picked one and rushed in, slamming the door and closing the lid of the toilet. Then I sat, pulling my knees up to my chest. I hate this. Deep breaths, Hana. Deep breaths. Calm down. You're in a bathroom. You're at Asagao. Look, your uniform is different. The door's locked. No one's gonna crawl under it like last time. You're safe. Calm down. Deep breaths. As I breathed, my eyes wandered across the stale gray tile and thick metal walls separating the stalls. They really did look different from my old school. There wasn't even graffiti on the backs of the doors. How in the world would Terry let people know that she and Poppy would be together forever now? I giggled.
Pull yourself together, Hannah. This isn't the end of the world. Sure, things are bad, but...
You're my best friend, Hannah.
Yay.
Your score. That's incredible. No, the Hana I know would never hurt another person. Yeah, you have people who...
I've already changed, but I'm still so... What am I even doing here? Crying in a bathroom stall because people were whispering about me? Get a hold of yourself, Hannah. Grow up. Do you want this to be it for the rest of your life? Every time someone is the slightest bit mean to you, you run and hide, start crying and looking for some... You run and hide, start crying and looking for someone to take the fall in your stead? What are you doing with yourself? This won't be my future.
I unlocked and pushed the door pushed open the door of the bathroom stall. Sorry. My face, tear-stained and pink, stared back at me from the mirror.
I'm gonna change. From now on, taking matters into my own hands. I will find the boots and clear my name. Mice too. I'll find the missing boots for Satch. He's been so kind to me, and I've been letting him take everything upon himself. But who does he have when things go bad? I want to be someone people can lean on. I want to be someone who can actually help other people. I rinsed my face in the sink and dabbed it with a rough paper towel. It's time that things change. I walked back into the classroom, shoulders square and eyes staring straight ahead. Miss Shizuka paused her lecture, waiting for me to take my seat. This time I could see the other students' heads turning, following my movement across the classroom, but I ignored them. When I sat, Shizuka began teaching again, a slight smile on her face. When her back was turned, Mai tapped my shoulder. Are you okay? I turned to face her. Better than ever.
She smiled, but watched me for a few seconds as I tried to put as much of my resolve into my eyes as I could. I could do this. Finally, she nodded, and I turned to my classwork. First, I had to get through class. After that, the library. Okay, yay, we're at the library. Oh, sorry, stretch. Sorry. Be strong, Hana. I entered the library, the slightly damp smell of old books and a little sunlight tugging my clothes? What? I don't understand. Bypassing clumps of students with their heads hung high. Just drooling all over myself. Gross. Okay, sorry. Bypassing clumps of students with their heads hung over their homework, I went straight to the front desk. Satch stood behind it, searching frantically for something in the piles of paper stacked along the back wall. He kept shaking his head and pausing, almost as if he were muttering to himself, running his hands over his hair. It was odd. He looked really stressed. It wasn't normal for him. I almost didn't want to interrupt, but I came here for a reason.
Excuse me.
He jumped slightly.
Hana.
Oh, Hana. How can I help you? When he smiled, it almost seemed like there was nothing, as if nothing was wrong, even though that clearly wasn't the case. But the strangest thing... Sorry, I got... my brain went away. The strangest thing was that the smile didn't seem disingenuous. He was truly smiling or happy or content about something. Satch would never ask for help, even if he needed it.
Are you alright? You don't seem very well.
Satch glanced around him
before replying in a low whisper. More books have gone missing.
Oh, mine's not due for another few weeks, so at least I'm not the one hurting you this time.
My joke fell flat as a dead raccoon. Satch's face caved in. He stared at the counter in front of him. It's not looking good for me.
What do you mean?
He opened his mouth but didn't speak. After a pause, he began to chew his lip. Then something strange happened. He seemed to almost gather himself up. He took a deep breath and set his shoulders back and smiled. Don't worry about it. It made my heart break. I wanted to crawl around the corner and give him a hug, and I wanted to feel his weight, the weight of his head on my shoulder, and help him unload the burdens he carried. But I looked at his smile and realized he didn't want me to. More than that, wait a minute. Realized he didn't want me to. More than that, he didn't want me to. Oh, yeah. Maybe if it were Paul or Gerard, but not Hana. Not right now, at least. Maybe during the flower festival when we were close enough to share some of our burdens, but now Satch was struggling, and he didn't trust me enough to let me see it. My heart dropped. My neck grew hot.
How exactly am I supposed to not worry about it?
He waved a hand as if swatting a fly. It'll be fine.
No. Well, I don't have any doubt that you'll be fine on your own, but...
It was now or never. Maybe he didn't want my help, but he still needed it. I paused for a second to find the best way to word my intentions.
Well, you're already trying to help me, and you have so much on your plate. The least I could do is help you find the missing books. 2 heads are better than...
No, really, that won't be necessary.
Why not? Other people are here for a reason. I'm here for a reason. I'm your friend. I want to help you, Satch.
Satch looked at me skeptically. He really didn't trust me, did he?
I'm not going to give up on this.
Really, Hana, that's very kind of you, but... He looked around him in desperation. I don't think that would be helpful. Please, just let me handle this. I've got everything under control, I swear. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Like, if you're, like, getting involved in, like, his responsibilities, then they might, that might play out badly for him. So I could see that, I guess.
But...
Satch glanced over his shoulder. Stop annoying him. You're getting annoying now. I mean it.
Alright, be good.
I've got to get back to work. I'll see you later. Satch stepped out from behind the counter and went into a back room. The librarian waited there, a stern look on her face. I turned and stared back through the thick aisles of books. Now what? Excuse me, sorry. If someone really didn't want your help, wasn't it kind of bad to force yourself on it? Yeah. The question was, did he really not want my help? I was sure it wasn't because he didn't want or need it. It was because, for all he said and believed I didn't take the books, he didn't trust me, not at all.
As if telling me not to help is gonna do anything. He's got another thing coming if that's what he thinks. Sometimes people don't know what's best for them.
No, don't get involved, Hana. Of course I was assuming I knew better than he did about what he wanted, but I had to do something. I wasn't just going to sit around and wait while he was in trouble. It's not looking good for me. Whatever that meant, I wanted to make sure it didn't start looking any worse.
And there.
I snipped the blades of scissors shut, and a small book-shaped cutout fell into my lap. I set it into its pile and rolled out my shoulders. Finally, 4 thick piles of construction paper sat neatly before me. My hands ached from cutting so much at once. I set the scissors aside and grabbed permanent markers that sat on my desk, along with the cloud-shaped decorations I made earlier.
Hana.
Hey, Hana, I'm back! My face flushed and cheery as usual, bounded into the room.
Hey.
How is practice?
I got confused. Mai went to practice for the Asagao Strikers almost every evening. Their first big game was coming up, but it was at another school, so I wouldn't be able to go see her play. It bothered me a lot. But I was slightly relieved not to witness the pyre of burning rage that was my playing volleyball. It was fine, but I totally struck Mimi in the... What's all this? Mai dropped her duffel bag into her chair, surveying the massed papers spread out along the floor with myself at the center. I didn't know we had arts and crafts here. I didn't know we had to do arts and crafts here.
I'm making flyers. Actually, would you mind helping me? It'll take another few hours by myself.
Of course! What are they for? She plopped herself on the floor and took up one of the stick figures I made.
Some books have gone missing at the library, so I figured we could put up flyers reminding people to return theirs on time.
Oh, missing books? She tossed a few sheets of paper at her feet, then uncapped a glue stick and started attaching the images.
Yeah, they've been missing since a few weeks ago, but now it's getting worse. One of the books was just one that I forgot to turn in.
I'm hearing like sounds or something. I don't know if I'm going out of my mind or what. But, whatever. One of the books was just one I forgot to turn in, so I figured maybe that happened with all the books. I don't know. Mai spiraled the stick figure in her hand so it looked like it was doing cartwheels. They can look up who has late books in the system, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, can't they just, like, kind of go to those students? Maybe it's a bigger problem than that. But maybe it'll help anyways. She grabbed a paper book and smeared glue all over the back. People do forget, so maybe half can be reminders and half can be lost and found note. Wait, people do forget, so maybe half can be reminders and half can be lost and found notes? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We worked together through a pile of papers each. We compared handwriting and competed to see who could make the nicest flyer. I won, of course. It reminded me of kindergarten. It was oddly comforting. We ran out of images of books, and I was just handing Mai a permanent marker to start drawing them when she slapped her leg with the back of her hand. Oh, shoot! I totally forgot. I left something in the gym. I should go get it.
Okay, hurry back.
Yeah, no problem. Odd, it wasn't like Mai to forget something. She usually only forgot something when she wanted to copy my homework. Yeah. I started on the third pile, and I began to feel distinctly sad.
Why?
My hands stilled on the paper, a memory stirring in my mind. Back in Amadirisu, my parents ran a shop together. My dad created beautiful works of art, pottery and ceramics. My mom filled them with the flowers she grew. He tried to teach me how to make pots, but I could never do it. I got too nervous seeing how easily one mistake could completely alter what you're making. Well, I mean, it's just like making a thing. They're not, like Bob Ross says, they're not mistakes. They're happy accidents. Or wait, what was the thing that Barry Kramer said was, every mistake is a new opportunity or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Instead, one day he came to my room with a pile of papers. He folded them, and in seconds, a blue morning glory appeared in front of my eyes.
How did you do that?
Smiling, he handed me purple paper and taught me how to fold a morning glory step by step. When we finished, we sat them side by side. Mine was crumpled and stunted next to his crisp, beautiful creation. But he laughed. Separate, neither would be considered beautiful. Oh. I blinked. In front of me sat a blue morning glory covered in the cover of a book sticking out of one petal. I don't know. In front of me sat a blue morning glory, the cover of a book. I don't quite understand that imagery. Slowly I made my way through that pile of flyers, and then the next. The shadows grew longer and longer until the day faded altogether. When I finally finished it was after 9, and Mai still hadn't returned.
I'm done.
I lay back on the floor, exhausted, and glanced at the clock. It shouldn't have taken her this long to get to the gym. Did she run into someone? I couldn't wait up for her. I had to get up early. I cleaned up and changed into my pajamas and crawled into my soft, cool sheets. Without my snoring, the room seemed intensely still. The silence was trying to press itself into my skull. I hope she's okay. The room blurred and I drifted off to sleep. So there's Mai come back. What? What was happening? Oh, I couldn't see. My eyes wouldn't stay open. So late. Mai. She closed the door and tiptoed over to her desk. She was being so damn loud. I turned over vaguely angry. Too tired. Want to sleep. Rustling of paper echoed from her side of the room. Okay, so what's going on here? I don't know, but I think we're gonna find out in the next video. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully I will see you in the next video, and goodbye to you all, sirs and madams, and everyone in between.